Beautiful children of the stars. Today I have nothing but good news for you. Nothing but good news. This is an energy update, and the energies have shifted. They have shifted, and it's such a beautiful thing, and I'm going to tell you all about it today. But first of all, take a look at this. Take a look at this. Beware of the bear. Actually, a neighbor of ours filmed a bear in his yard right there this morning. So the bears are around, but that's okay. That's all right. The bears are for us. They are for us. So here, I'll show you something. See this little picnic table down there? I have my little setup. I just want to show you. Oh, isn't that gorgeous? Gorgeous, gorgeous. You know what these are? Look at these babies. Look at them. Look how big they are. They're huge. These are maple leaves. And yes, of course, we're in Canada. So we have millions of these everywhere. And here's my little setup. So we're going there right now. Little picnic table here. Can you see? And this is where we're going to make this video. So, my beautiful divine souls. First of all, I want to thank you so much for being here, for commenting, for donating, for being part of this beautiful community of starseeds. And you know, I'm glad that you're still here. After my last video, a whole bunch of people unsubscribed. They don't like it when I talk about politics, but we can't ignore it, can we? Did you guys like that? I'm going to be talking more about that type of stuff later, but not in this video, because this is a pure energy update. And honestly, in the last few days, I have gotten so many beautiful downloads, messages, energies, feelings, visions. I have connected to my guides like never before. It's really true. So, in the last 3 or 4 days, something has shifted. Something in the collective has gone and has shifted. Have you felt it? And I'm going to explain how I see this in my mind. We know that right now, the energy on this planet is pretty explosive. It's like boom, especially because of the politics in the United States, also in Europe over there. There's a lot going on politically, okay? So, when in a time like this where our planet is ascending, there is a lot of polarity and energy, good, bad, everything. It's explosive. It's like this. And we can use this for good or for bad. Those of you, all of you who are watching this, who are awakening souls, who are awakened, who are open, those of you, all of you who are like that, will experience these energies in a positive way. Basically, what's happening, this explosive energy is, it's exploding and piercing the 3D veil. That means that 5D is coming closer. We are getting a better connection to our guides, to our angels, to our higher self. We're able to get in visions that we haven't gotten in before. And this has been happening for me. Can you relate? Has this been happening for you? So everything that's happening around us that seems so heavy and so negative, this can actually turn the other side around. This can actually help catapult us into higher timelines. And this is truly what's been happening. I'm seeing the collective with an even bigger split. There is a big split, all right? We are going to unify in the end at some point, but the split is even greater because if there is an explosion, boom, it drives things apart. So what do you think is going to happen with this big energetic explosion and everyone really going deeply into their polarity and discussing and arguing and all the things that are happening right now? It causes things to come apart, and we are here and they are here. So good for us, right? So in the last few days, I've been connecting more effortlessly to my guides. I have been feeling them. It's like this now. I'm almost in a perpetual state of bliss. I can tap into it in 1 second. when I wake up at 3 a.m., I've been very busy recently because I'm flying to Germany again on Friday in 2 days. And you think I'm worried? People are calling me, oh my God, what's going on? The corona, this and that, the restrictions, the lockdowns. And I'm like, yes. So, like, it doesn't worry me. Zero. I have zero worries. I'm looking forward to the challenge once more to fly into a zone where there's even more turmoil, because I'm going to use that energy, that explosive energy to fly even higher. I'm flying above and looking down. And I'm seeing it as a challenge. How can I go through? How can I avoid danger zones or conflicts? How can I? I mean, for me, it's a game, right? And I know I can't lose. There's no way I can lose this game. There's no way. So, as an idea of how you can navigate and consciously use these explosive energies. So I've been feeling in the bliss and the flow. I wake up at 3 a.m. I connect just with a small intention. I just hold my focus and I say, hey, connect. It's automatic. And then I feel it now. I close my eyes and under my eyelids, I look up. I just look up and connect to my highest timeline, and I am flying. My highest timeline is pure bliss. It's pure magic. It's pure positivity. And if I have this timeline, you can have it too. So what's happening now is the energies are working for you. They're working for you to create whatever you want in your timeline. So that's the first message, just to set the stage of what you can expect in the next month or so, or moving forward at all. I mean, once you're up there, flying in bliss, you're not going to fall down again. You're not going to boom unless you truly buy into the fear, or unless you let yourself be pulled down by circumstances. And this comes to the next point. The strongest message that I have gotten, the very, very strongest message, especially since it's elections time, right? And yes, I did make that forecast, but we don't know what's going to happen in the end. The timelines are still unpredictable. So I know that a lot of you are from the United States, and you are really wanting and wishing and saying, one candidate has to win. One candidate has to win, and you are so for it. And a lot of people have commented, if the other one wins, we are screwed, we're going down. So my message for you is that my guides wanted to tell you this very specifically. So listen, this is important. You have to be sovereign, in control, floating, flying, living your best life on your highest timeline, no matter who wins the election, no matter what happens around you, no matter if the world seems to come into chaos. Doesn't matter what happens. You have to stand above it and live your best life anyway. And you have to know this and believe this. Okay, I know I've told you these types of messages before, but right now it is imperative. No matter what happens, it doesn't matter. You have to be completely, and I mean 100% independent from the outside circumstances, which you have no control over. You have to be independent. Okay, so now we're feverishly waiting the elections. I do it too, right? I'm like, yes, let's see who's gonna win. I argue, I look, I talk, I jump into that 3D duality, and I feel, yes, I feel it, and I like to participate. But within my soul, oh, there's some kids there talking. I hope it's not disturbing you too much. They're having their kids on mountain bikes. Here, I'll show you real quick. Having a little discussion there. You see? There. So let's hope that they leave at some point. Hope it's not too loud for you guys. Hope you're not distracted. So, okay. Let's regroup. No matter what happens around you, no matter what, you have to be so strong within yourself. You have to know and believe that you're a powerful creator of your own personal circumstance, no matter what circumstances are outside of you. You have to step fully 100% into that power, into that knowingness. An airplane as well. You see, no matter what happens, kids are here, they're talking loud, there's an airplane, but we're going to stay focused. We're going to stay focused. So this is what you have to know, and this is what my guides told me. Like, root for this or that party, thing, person, whatever happens. In reality, it doesn't matter. It does not matter, because you have your own timeline. Of course, we are intertwined, we are a collective, but within that collective, you have the power to participate or not participate. You have the power to go along with a certain part of the collective or not go along with it. You have that power, and you need to practice that sovereignty. And how you say, how do you do that? You believe it. You have faith. You have a little bit of faith. Because I'm going to tell you another thing which they said, my guides. They said that there is a divine plan. The universe has a divine plan for you. We know that there's an evil master plan that's happening. But those who are implementing it are outside of your energy field, outside of your timeline. And only if you decide to buy into the evil master plan timeline, you will be part of it. And if you are aware of it, and if you say, nope, that's not my timeline. That's not my timeline. Sorry, you can do whatever the heck you want. This is not my timeline, because I am the creator of my reality and my timeline and my experience. And this does not affect me. Okay? And this is possible. I don't care what situation you are in. I don't care if you say, I'm in the middle of a lockdown, this is happening, that is happening. No, you are still the creator of your own reality. And where you are right now, you have brought yourself through your belief systems, choices, through not knowing, right? Most people who are asleep, who are suffering right now, is because they didn't want to open themselves up. They have made choices lifetime after lifetime, like I said last time, and in this lifetime to be where they are now. But you, no matter where you are, can start right now to say, okay, I'm going to be so sovereign. I'm going to be so damn sovereign. I don't care. Especially with the elections, my friends, especially with the elections, okay? I know that it is big what's happening at the 3D level, but you must trust in the divine plan. You must trust in the divine flow of life for you and for the collective. So, whatever happens going forward now needs to happen to bring our beautiful Earth into the ascension process, no matter who wins the election. You don't know what's behind the master plan. Things are more intricate. What you need to do, the only thing you need to do is uphold your vision of what you want to experience, to be empowered, to make a choice every single day saying, okay, what's happening? Okay, this guy won the election. All right, so who cares? I'm not there. I'm here right now in my field, in my situation. And right now I'm going to visualize where I want to go, what I want to experience, and step by step by step, I'm going to get there. And for me personally, I'm there already. I'm there already. And we do have to be flexible. We have to trust the divine plan, and we have to be flexible. So now, the third point, which is really, really imperative, which is so imperative. And this step can only be done if you are aware that there is a divine plan. There is a divine plan. You have to trust this divine plan. So, step number 3 can only be done if you are trusting the divine plan, if you are looking at your highest timeline, if you have faith, if you know where you want to go. So this is what you have to do. You have to be flexible and surrender to the situation in the moment as well. I'll give you an example. You know that those who've been following me for a little bit know that I flew to Germany in June. I brought my mother back. Now my mother has to go back to Germany for several reasons. She was going to stay longer, but she has to go back. So I was like, okay, I didn't really want to fly anywhere. now in the winter. I thought everything was planned. I had everything under control, you see. I wanted my mom to be safe and sound here in Canada with me. She's a lot better. She's walking. She is doing so great. She recovered like so much here in Canada with me. She's doing so well right now. So unexpectedly well. So, okay, that part is good. But when I realized, okay, we're going to have to fly back to Germany, at first I was, no, that's not according to my plan. I don't know what I'm going to do. And then I thought, wait a minute. I thought the divine master plan. I am a high vibrational being. I'm aligned. I know what I want. I'm manifesting. I'm in the flow. And if things switch around a little bit, if things turn around, if things turn out differently, if I need to make course corrections very frequently, that's okay. So I said, okay. In 1 second, I said, I let it go. I let go of that control. I said, okay, I'm surrendering to the divine plan. And the moment I did that, I felt good. So if you are feeling very troubled about anything, even about a change in plans, and you're feeling flustered and troubled, why don't you try to just surrender and say, okay, course correction, change, letting go, trusting, and see how you feel. And the moment I did that, I felt in tune again, and I knew this is what I need to do. I need to surrender, and we're going to fly back to Germany now. I don't care if there's restrictions and lockdowns and COVID, all this stuff is happening. People, are you crazy? Why do you want to go to Germany? I've got 2 passports, so I can go back and forth however I want. I fly into Europe with my German passport. I fly back to Canada with my Canadian passport. And I fly to the Pleiades with my Pleiadian passport. Just kidding. Well, anyway, I got a Pleiadian passport, I can tell you that, and many more. Anyways, so I can do that very easily. So I surrendered and I said, okay, we're flying back. And then I knew that it was the right choice, because the flight that we had kept being cancelled and shifted, and weird things were happening. I'm like, okay, what do I do? And I just kind of let go and said, okay, guide me. Give me impulses. Help me navigate this in the best way possible, in the most easeful flow possible. I got on the phone with Air Canada, talking different dates, this, that, and then I knew, okay, I got to fly back in October. It's got to be October. And I was right, because in October, that's where all the flights are still established. Starting November, they're being cancelled. There's a lot of stuff going on. So I knew it's got to be October. So I rebooked our flights to October. I booked myself in as well, and we're flying on Friday. And once I did that, I felt good. And that is because I'm trusting the divine plan for me. My divine plan, my highest timeline. This is what needs to happen right now for me and my mother, right? Because we're together. She's part of my timeline right now, because I'm taking care of her, and we're together in this. My partner as well. So I'm always, looking out for the best timelines for all 3 of us, okay, integrated. So now I feel good. And once I made that choice and I realized, wow, I don't need to control everything. I need to have my intention. I need to know where I want to go, what I want to do at a higher level. I know that I'm moving into my highest timeline, and I'm open and flexible, and this is the divine plan that I need to fly now. And I know it's going to be perfect and divine. And I picked the right date in the end. Things come around when you surrender to the divine plan, when you follow your inner guidance, when you don't hang on to things, when you let go a little bit, then you will get the confirmation. And my confirmation was that in November, the flights are bad. They're going to be strict regulations. People are going to be tested at the airports. There's going to be more lockdowns and everything, but in November, not while we're coming into Germany. So then I'm coming back at the end of November. I have a ticket for the end of November to come back to Canada, and my mom will stay there because she's doing better now. So I am trusting that that is the perfect date, and if it's not, I'm open to staying longer, coming back sooner, making a detour, maybe taking a little vacation, I don't know. Because I trust and I'm relaxed and I am open and I'm flowing. I'm flying and I'm enjoying the process. And I have decided that I'm going to make the best out of this. It's going to be perfect. It's going to be divine. I'm so happy I get to travel again. When I get back to Canada, I'm going to have to do 14 days full quarantine. So I decided I'm going to make a vacation out of it. I'm looking at a beautiful Airbnb right by the ocean, like this. There's even a hot tub and a pool there, right? So I'm going to take a vacation for me, pour moi, when I get back. And I'm going to have 14 days of meditation, of peace, of quiet, only me. And I really need it. I need it. I need more time. So I'm so looking forward to that. So because I surrendered to the divine plan and I didn't force my mind, no, you have to stay here. We have to do everything. We have to stay in Canada. It didn't feel right. There were too many things happening. There were too many messages. There were too many signs, feelings, my guides throwing me little pieces where I knew I had to course correct. So that is my message for you, that you have to surrender and trust the divine plan a little bit. You see, it's a fine balance between knowing exactly what you want, where you're headed, asking your highest timeline to come in, and you don't know what it's going to be because it hasn't happened yet. You know, things are shifting really fast. You can't plan things 100%. But knowing this and keeping your sights on the highest timeline, making your plans, moving forward, but being wide open to course corrections and surrendering to a certain situation that may happen where you're like, oh, right? In the end, it will turn out in divine perfection for you because you're a high vibrational starseed divine creator being, like I always say. And things will turn out according to the divine plan. If you just keep your eyes fixed on your highest timeline. And I close my eyes again and I'm going like this. It's funny. It's like I see this one timeline of light. I don't see exactly what's on it, but it's a bright path into the sky like this, like smoothly, almost like I'm seeing like a tunnel or a beam of light going out in front of me like this and going over into the horizon. That's my highest timeline. When I close my eyes, I feel it, I see it, and I am focused on it. And it's a timeline full of light and peace and joy, and my angels, my guides are there. They're flying around it. They're in it. They're accompanying me. And I'm just getting the metaphor like this. So imagine this bright timeline of light, your best experience, your best life. That's what it is. And imagine your angels and guides around you, and they're going ushering you when you veer off. Oh, what is that? Was that a tick? That was a strange thing. Something fell from the tree. Okay. Maybe, I think it was just a little bug saying, yes, we're from above, we're from your highest timeline. So visualize this, that you are moving forward, and when you go off track a little bit, or when your timeline, you don't know what's going to be there, or what circumstances, jobs, movements, people, you don't know what is going to be there. So you have to be open and flexible. And if you veer off it a little bit, just see your guides going whoop, 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 like ushering you onto that path again. And that's how I see it. If I go off track, my angels and guides are there and they're going, nope, nope, steer to the center again. And I'm going off, nope, steer to the center. And sometimes there may be like a path going like this, going to the right. And it's like, okay, I'm just going to flow this way and then go back to that highest timeline. That's how you have to see it. And that's how it will happen. And right now, the energies are so amazing. Right now, if you want to connect to your higher self, to your angels, to your guides, they will answer because the veil is thin. They are there. For me, my Pleiadian Council of 18, my Council of Light, my Pleiadians, they are there all the time. I close my eyes and I feel them. I feel the joy, and I feel this new level of feeling, of beingness, of vibration that has come in, that is more peaceful. I'm feeling more peace. I'm feeling more calm up there. I got to check my Hawkins scale again. Maybe I'm going into a higher vibration. Maybe I'm jumping to another level. It's possible. But for the last few days, since I have tapped into this and since I am feeling my guides, I'm feeling the peace, it's like I am flying on that timeline. And when I need answers, when I need the connection, they're there and they give me the answers. They tell me what I need to do. Since this is happening, I'm not afraid anymore. All the daily little problems, occurrences, people, annoyances, they don't annoy me anymore. I am just in a blissful flow. And before that, the couple of weeks before, it was quite tumultuous. I was going like this. I was on a roller coaster, but I feel that I'm floating above the roller coaster now. I'm floating above that, and it's a beautiful feeling. And my dear Starseed family, everything that happens to me is an example, is an indication, is a compilation of the energies that are happening that you can tap into as well, because we are a collective of beautiful starseed light workers. We're a family, and these energies, if one of us can experience them, the others can too. And that's why I like to share what's happening to me, because this can happen to you. So if you have not felt the lightness yet, if you haven't felt that transparency of the veil, if you haven't felt that bliss, that flow, that higher vibration, tap into this feeling right now as I am talking. You know that as I talk, I transmit light codes to you. And as I'm talking, feel into it and make that choice. Yes, I'm going to jump on my highest timeline. I'm going to concentrate on that. I'm going to stay in that divine flow. And I don't care what happens. I don't care who wins the elections. I don't care if this country is bombed or that country is bombed. I mean, obviously, we have compassion. We stand in unconditional love and support for humanity. But what I mean with I don't care is it doesn't have to drag you down or affect you personally or pull you down. Because if you are suffering and if you're on the ground and if you're weak and if you're like this, you're not going to help anybody else. You need to be strong and flying high in your vibration in order to emanate this, in order to shine that light, in order to uplift the rest of humanity, okay? So those are those messages that I've gotten. So no matter what happens, the divine plan is in place for this earth, for the collective, for humanity, for those who want to participate and tap into that. And you do, don't you? Yes. So come fly with me, fly with me. Call in your team of light, your spirit guides, your angels. Visualize that beam of light, that road of light, that highest timeline that nothing can compromise. It can't, because it's yours. It is yours. It's not anyone else's. It's not this person's or that person's or the collectives or your neighbors or political parties or anything like that. It is your personal divine timeline of light. They are your angels. They are your guides. And how can anyone compromise that? They don't even see it. They don't know it's there. It's your personal experience. So starting now, moving forward, it's going to be so much easier to establish that timeline, to be on the right path, to make the right choices, to feel better. I mean, with these heavy energies, with a heavy heart like we've been having, it's sometimes hard, but it's been lifted. It has. And you just have to know it, feel it, tap into it a little bit, and you'll be like, boom, yes, I'm flying. Okay? So that is your energy update. So let me know if you felt this as well. I really would like to know. How have you experienced this explosion? How have you experienced these intense energies? Is it making sense what I'm saying? Let me know, okay? And I will talk to you again soon. I'm going to try to make more videos in the next few days leading up to the elections, because to have a little extra support for you, you know, to support you a little bit, to give you some positive feedback, to help you fly through the stars with me. All right. Love you all. Thank you, Natasha. Cosmic Empress.